All right, so I thought I would go ahead and do a read-through of this kind of funny chapter here in Motorcycle Girl Descends into Hell. This is part 5. It's called Pale Rider. It evokes the Clint Eastwood film Pale Horse, Pale Rider. And sort of makes fun of that kind of Clint Eastwood hyper-masculine archetype guy who walks into the bar and scowls at everyone, this kind of thing. All right, so here we go. I pull up to the Black Cat bar and park my little Honda beside a row of silver gleaming Harleys. Never ridden a Harley. Like to give it a shot sometime. Take off my helmet, check to make sure my money's not in my backpack, which is getting lighter and lighter, but in the right front pocket of my jeans. A warm and pleasant desert evening, the air smelling of rain somewhere. Desert oxygen invades my lungs, finding a warm, spacious, spongy welcome in there. I exhale and feel gratitude. Okay, here goes. This should be interesting. Walk into the dark, air-conditioned interior. Large black and white poster of Clint Eastwood, looking very cowboy on the wall to my right. The jukebox is playing the Rolling Stones' Sticky Fingers album, talking about brown sugar and how come it tastes so good. Gee, I wonder why. 2 matte green and brown pool tables off to the left, with guys around them, balls clacking. A lot of motorcycle guys in here. Looks like a gang. They're all wearing denim jackets with the sleeves cut off, t-shirts, and dirty jeans with heavy mud-barnacled black boots. The place smells like BO and liquor and cigarette smoke, which stains the air with an archaic sepia color. On the backs of their jackets, they have this logo. The Coyotes. I've heard of them. They don't have that great of a reputation for being sweethearts, do they? Nervous as hell, I walk over to the bar and sit down on a stool, taking my leather jacket and backpack off, and together with my helmet, setting them on the stool to my right, where the bar ends, with a right-angled L shape. I order an IPA with a shot of whiskey and a glass of water. When the bartender sets the frosty glass of water down in front of me, I drink about half of it all in one flow of rushing silvery molecules that my cells are very happy to have in their possession. Damn, didn't realize I was this thirsty. The Stones are now going on about wild horses dragging them all away. Why would they do that? Don't they know how to ride them? They must not be very good cowboys. Clint, from his perch just above the jukebox, would definitely not approve. Wow, you're really pretty, the guy next to me says without hesitation. You ride? He's one of the Coyotes. Shaggy black hair, beard that's out of control, large black ink tattoo on his right arm of a .44 Magnum. I do, I say, sipping my beer. What do you ride? A Honda MVX 250? The guy almost does a spit take made out of total condescension and scorn. That's not a bike, he says. That's a toy for kids. Feeling slightly stung, I say, well, then I guess I'm still a kid. It's a pretty fucking fast toy, though, I'll tell you that much. Slam down my whiskey in 2 heroic gulps. Follow it with a swig of beer. What's the top speed, like 90 miles per hour? Maybe. How fast does a Harley go? About 100, maybe a little more. I look around the bar. A few of the guys are standing around with their girlfriends or wives, floating in etheric yellow cigarette smoke and watching the boys, mostly Hispanic, around the pool table. Are women allowed to join the Coyotes? Not a motherfucking chance, the guy says. Why, you want to join? Not a motherfucking chance, I say, smiling and sipping my India ale. I don't run with packs. I'm a lone wolf. Smart aleck, too, huh? Sometimes. Depends on the occasion. Like chatting with a coyote? Exactly like chatting with a coyote. Smiling at him. You must have a name, right? I ask. Crazy Joe, he says, looking a little sheepish. My, how fast these coyotes turn into sheep. Why do they call you that? Because I'm crazy, I guess. What do you do that's crazy? You name it. Like what, getting into fights? Sometimes, yeah. Every coyote gets into fights or you ain't a coyote. The math on that one's pretty simple, baby. What does a guy have to do if he wants to join the Coyotes? Cap a guy? He laughs. No, we ain't the Crips and the Bloods. Those guys are real lowlifes. Drinks from his beer. So then what do you have to do? You stand naked while the guys pour a bowl of shit and piss all over you? I burst out laughing. Come on, I say, you're making that up. Nope. And your denim jacket has to be soaked in motor oil for a few days. Yuck. And we don't usually take showers or wear helmets. I saw helmets outside on a couple of the bikes. Those ain't our guys. Coyotes don't wear helmets because we're not afraid of anything. taps the bar with his right index finger. How many of you are here tonight? He pauses a moment to look around. Tonight about 10. It's a weeknight, so it's kind of slow. Usually 20 or 30 of us get together. What kind of trouble do you get into? He shrugs, digging into his jacket for cigarettes. All kinds, he says. You know, bar fights? Sometimes. Some of these bartenders get smart with us, then they regret it when we fuck up their joint. You guys get pissed off that easy? If we drink enough. I order another IPA and whiskey. Then I notice a brown grocery store bag beside him to his left. It's folded over and rolled up a bit. What do you have in there? Oh, he says that. I make my own green chili burritos and sell them. You know, for pocket change, beer money and such. How much are they? $1.25 each? Suddenly I realize that I haven't eaten all day. This is set, by the way, back in the early 90s. That's why it's only $1.25. I dig into my pocket, but I don't have exact change, so I hand him $2. I'll take one, I say. Got any change? That I don't, he says. And I tell him it's okay, just give me the fucking burrito. He smiles and then reaches into the bag to fish out a burrito that's wrapped in aluminum foil, then pushes it across the counter to me. I peel off the foil and start devouring it at once. These are pretty damn good, I say, through a mouthful of shredded beef and green chili, even cold. Well, thank you, Honda girl. Now that I have actual food in my stomach, I order another whiskey and slam it down in 2 gulps. So you just came in here to eat and drink, he asks while lighting up a cigarette. Pretty much. You got a name? I do. It's called Sarah. He nods, flicking ashes into a tray, sits there in a cloud of blue gold smoke. You looking for anything else? Pause. Of course I know exactly what he's talking about, and the fact is, I just might be. I just might. Got any pot, I ask? It just so happens that I do, he says and looks at me. How much you want? A quarter? Don't have that much on me, but I can score you a dime. $10? Yep. I start digging into my pocket for the cash, but he stops me and says, not here. We gotta go into the restroom to deal. Oh, we do, huh? I look at him pointedly, smiling evilly. Not bad looking at all, this guy. A little grimy maybe, but not intolerable. I order another whiskey, slam it down, and say, all right, let's go. He leads me down past the bar where other coyotes and their women are perched, talking and smoking and drinking. The restroom, fortunately, is a single room with a lock. He locks it and smiles at me, then digs out a small glass pipe, loads it with green stuff, and we take turns smoking it. And I'll leave it there. If you want to find out what happens, you'll have to buy the book when it comes out, which should be about a month and a half, perhaps, for now.